The thing that's kind of neat about both these is the fact that they both play in tough conferences, although the Rangeline Conference, which is what Tri-Central used to be in, is now defunct. They still play the same teams, the Sheridans, the Heights, the Clinton Centrals, the Hamilton Southeasterns, and those schools. And every team that Tri-Central's been beaten by is a top-rated school, some even in AA.
The Warriors will have the national anthem. We're going to be back to tell you more about this football game here coming up this evening.
They can use the rockets, the bombs bursting in air. Get through to the night, that outside was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? What a nice job by 4 of the North Miami senior girls in the choir under the direction of Howard Whittlesey. Excellent rendition of the national anthem. I hope you enjoyed that, because I know the folks here certainly did as well. Well, we are ready to get this ball game underway here in just a few short minutes. Of course, also underway tonight is the Southwood Eastern ball game. That is Southwood at Eastern, and we hope that we're going to be able to bring you some updated scores on that as we go along here this evening. The ball game again is at the Eastern Comets home field, so we'll hope to bring you up to date on that as we go along tonight. But the winner here meets the winner of that ball game.
Go the way Coach Bridge wants it to. It could be a rematch of the Southwood North Miami game during the regular season.
Yeah, that would be something to look forward to. The Warriors first have to take care of business here with Tri-Central. And Tri-Central, 5-4 on the season. They have lost to some very good football teams this year. Tri-Central lost to Sheridan and Clinton Central, ranked 4th in Class A, and to 2 3A teams, Northwestern and Hamilton Heights. Northwestern, of course, looking for a playoff berth or to continue on in the sectional this evening as well.
Northwestern's undefeated. Danny Robinson again. It just seems like he has those mental off years once in a while where he's just a little above 500, then all of a sudden, boom, he goes undefeated. He mixes it up well. So there's 2 levels above the classification Tri-Central's ranked at. And then, of course, North Miami. Their 2 losses, Southwood, which was semi-state finalist last year, just a few points away from going to the Dome. And then Whitco, which year in, year out, I'm telling you, Sprunger does just an unbelievable job at Whitco, and they were former state champs. So it's a neat feeling because usually, and I don't mean this in a critical way, but the single A level, sometimes the sectionals are kind of, 1 or 2 teams. This game's only the second game of the sectional, and already we've got 2 of the best teams in the single A division.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups for this ball game this evening. For Tri-Central, offensively, they will start Clint Davis. He's a senior at quarterback. The fullback is Brian Key, a junior. Also in the backfield, Jason McCullough, a junior, and Aaron Connor, a junior. We'll also see Brett Hall alternating with Connor and bringing the plays in. He's a senior. Up front, it's split in Ray Walls. He is a junior. Memo Perez at a left tackle, a junior. Junior Jason Toll will be the left guard. At center, Andy Robertson. He is a junior. Jason Green, a sophomore, starts for Tri-Central at right guard. The right tackle is James Alley. He is a junior. And the tight end, Jason Leniger, he is a junior. A lot of these guys are going to go both ways for Tri-Central as well. For the North Miami Warriors, their starting offensive ball club for this contest at quarterback is Bart Connor, a 6'2", 158-pound junior. The fullback, Jocko Flaherty, 6'2", 169-pound junior. Rich Runkle, a 5'8", 176-pound senior, also in the backfield with Jamie Schnitt, 6 foot, 162 pounds, and a senior. At split end, a couple of guys are going to see action there tonight. Brad Wilkerson, a 6'3", 170-pound senior, along with Andy Halterman, a 6'1", 157-pound senior. The left tackle, David Floyd, 5'9", 172-pound junior. Craig Burns will be the left guard, 5'9", 191-pound junior. The center, Brad Hoover, 5'11", 245. He's a junior. Brad Clemens will be the right guard, 6'3", 202-pound senior. The right tackle, Ron Schaefer, 6'1", 188-pound senior. And Brandon Goodall will be the tight end, 6'2", 185 pounds, and a senior. The North Miami Warriors come into the ball game this evening 7-2, losses to Southwood and Whitko at the end of the regular season, and Tri-Central, of course, 5-4 on the campaign. We're going to be back with the kickoff of this ball game coming up in just a minute. You're listening to North Miami High School football.
Outcasted for that one, but my shell wasn't hard enough, and I said, get out of it.
We are ready to get this ball game underway here tonight. The Warriors have it teed up. They're ready to kick off to Tri-Central. It'll start this ball game. Round 2 of the IHS AA sectional. This, of course, is sectional 36 play in Class Single A. The winner of this ball game meets the winner of Eastern and Southwood this evening. Here's the kickoff. It is high end over end and taken on about the 15-yard line by Tri-Central. It is Tri-Central's Brian Keys out to about the 30-yard line, and that's going to be all. They'll mark it at the 33-yard line for the Trojans of Tri-Central High School. Coming into this ball game with a record of 5-4. Tri-Central, in case you're not familiar with that, is just south of Kokomo in Tipton County, one of the Tipton County schools.
I happen to know it's between Sharpsville and Windfall because it was my first employer, and I want to thank all the people in Northern Community Schools for their fine contribution to education.
Clint Davis brings the ball club up to the line of scrimmage in motion for them. And they'll run to the right side, and we'll see what happens out of that. We've got a young man on the field with a jersey number, Jim, that I don't think we got on the program. Let's just have to check it when they come back up to the line of scrimmage again.
Well, you know what they say. Just make up a coach's name or something. I'm sure he's playing for his dad.
Gain out to the 35. It's a gain of 3. Second down on about 7 for Tri-Central. In the backfield, Brian Key, Aaron Connor in the backfield as well, setting up behind Clint Davis for Tri-Central. He's the quarterback. In motion to the right side is Brian Key. This time the option comes out to Key. He'll come around the right side, gets yardage out across the 40. He's to about the 41-yard line, has the first down. Troy Thompson around the football for North Miami on the tackle. Also there was Andy Halterman.
Well, the first thing I noticed about Tri-Central, something we haven't seen a lot of in the games we've covered so far this season, is a lot of motion. They originally lined up in a kind of a weak backfield, which is a fullback over the center, and then the other back's over one of the guards out of twins formation, and was able to go in motion and run just a simple dive. That time they ran a twins formation and a kind of a run and shoot, and ended up running the option. Looks pretty good.
Clint Davis brings the ball club up to the line of scrimmage. It is third down on about a yard, maybe a little less than that for Tri-Central, just across the 40-yard line. Handoff right up the middle to the big fullback. I don't think he made it. Brian Key stacked up with the line of scrimmage on the attack for the Warriors. John Wildermuth is there. And also coming up off the bottom of the pile, nose guard Brad Hoover, a 5'11", 245-pound junior. It will be first down.
Not by much.
Not by much, though. You're right.
Hey, for you people that don't know North Miami's colors, their colors are black and red, and they're known as Black Attack on defense, and they are all black jersey, black pants, very little striping, some on the helmet. And then, of course, Tri-Central's are blue and gold, so it's kind of like Carmel versus Western.
It is 1st and 10 for Tri-Central at their own 44-yard line. Senior Clint Davis at quarterback's going to throw the football for the first time tonight. Gets the pass out. Could be intercepted. It is deflected by the Warriors. Rich Runkle back defensively at strong safety. And he bats that one away. It was intended for Jason McCullough. And they'll bring it back, second down and 10 for Tri-Central at the...
going to loosen up a little bit, get in the game a little bit, and you keep them on their toes.
Twins are set to the left side. Ray Walls is the wide out. Davis again on the call. Comes back to Key, and he is drilled in the backfield. Excellent tackle. I believe it was Jamie Schnitz making the play. Schnitz, excellent read from his linebacker position, and drilled him for about a 5-yard loss, Jim.
And actually, now what they're doing is, again, we've talked about this all season, twins means we've got 2 wideouts to one side of the field. Inside man's off the line of scrimmage. Then the tailback is setting up in a slot formation. Sometimes he'll go in motion back to the backfield, sometimes he won't. That time he was trying to run a reverse or counter play, and Schnitz just made a great play, great call defensively, too.
Twins again to the left side, as Jim just explained. Aaron Connor and Brett Hall for Tri-Central, and in motion is Connor. He'll come to the right side. Davis again on the draw, right up the middle, the delayed draw to the fullback, and it's no way. Schnitz is there to meet him at about the 34-yard line. Excellent hit by Jamie Schnitz.
I tell you what, Black Attack is a great, great name, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're not taking any prisoners. They're coming across the line of scrimmage. And, you know, the neat thing is both these schools, for single-A schools, have some great-looking kids. I mean, athletically, and just, you know, this sounds kind of funny, but in uniform, they look like, you know, like bigger school-type athletes.
4th and 14. Walls will stand on his 30 and get the ball away. Troy Thompson is deep. Boy, this thing is straight up in the air. There's no yardage out of it unless it takes a Tri-Central bounce. Hits it about the Warrior 40. Bounce back across the 40 to the 41. So the Bone offense are going to take the field here at North Miami. And we'll see what the Warriors can do offensively. This much vaunted North Miami offensive unit. I'll tell you what, they have amassed some unbelievable statistics. They have rushed 500 times for 3,001 yards on the season. Passing, well, a little shaky there. 7 to 27 for 146 yards. Bridge likes it on the ground. The wishbone sets up behind Connor, and the handoff to Schnitz. He's got nice room out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line.
Well, the thing is that I'm not a proponent of just running the ball because I'm a fan as much as I am a former coach. But I'll tell you one thing old Bobby does is whatever he has taught these kids, they do it to the best of their ability. It's not like he's trying to do something different every week. And that's the thing. You stop what he does, you got him. But if you don't, he's going to run right over you.
Bart Gunner sets the ball club. Here's the snap, and they go coming on the option to the right side. Connor's going to read it. Will fake it up the middle. Great move. Inside the 50 to the 40. Down to the 35, the 30 to the 26-yard line. Bart Connor on a great read off the option, Jim. You don't do it much better than that.
No, and I'll tell you, I watched him in warm-ups, and this is something that high school quarterbacks forget. One of the things that helped him on that was the ability to make the guy commit himself still while he was going upfield. A lot of times a quarterback will pitch way too early behind the line of scrimmage. Bart takes the ball up field before he makes the pitch, and the secondary can't do anything about it.
Connor again sets the ball club, and the handoff to Schnitz comes on a little dive coming off the left side, and he's inside the 25 to about the 20-yard line. Gain of nearly 5 on the carry by Schnitz. The Warriors are averaging close to 5.5 yards per carry, Jim, on the season. That's not bad.
Okay, perfect example. You guys that aren't here, just to illustrate this. He was given the ball on the line of scrimmage as far as the tackle was made and still got 5 yards. That's the momentum that these backs have. They just are strong kids.
And this time we've got a little bit of a loose football coming out of the snap, and Connor's going to have it back, but he's going to lose some yardage back to about the 20. Call it the 23-yard line. I said 5 yards per carry, Jim. I meant 6 yards per carry.
Oh, well, that's a difference.
Yeah, that's the big difference. Average 333 yards rushing per ball game. It is 3rd down and 8, a loss of 3 on that bobbled pitch. This time they come out on the option. The pitch goes out to Schnitz. He fumbles the football. It's loose. Tri-Central's got it back. Well, the pitch got loose from Jamie Schnitz back across the 30, and Tri-Central will recover at about their 34-yard line.
Now, if you're a youngster and you're still ready to, still got some time to play high school football, there's something you've got to not do. That is when the pitch is just not, he probably shouldn't have pitched. He probably should have held the ball. But if it does hit the ground, just fall on it. Don't try to pick it up and be a hero. Just fall on it. Take the loss. Get back in the huddle and regroup. But try to pick it up off the ground. That ball's too odd-shaped.
Bob Bridge told us the Black Attack's going to have to make the difference in this ball game. Let's see what happens on the second possession for Tri-Central. Clint Davis, a senior at quarterback for the Trojans. Penalty flags go down. Davis going to put this one in the air. It is complete. Dropped. Is it a complete pass? No. They say the receiver, Brett Hall, never had possession of it. But a penalty flag is down, and let's check the penalty. They'll bring the ball back. Illegal procedure is the call against Tri-Central, and they're going to talk about it with Rich Runkle, the defensive captain. Rich is the strong safety. He'll also come up and play the monster a little bit, maybe come up on the nose. He kind of moves all over the place.
Yeah, and that's the thing you want to do against a team that has so many offensive sets. These guys come out in 5 different, looks each series and run motion and all that stuff. And one thing you can do is mess them up by moving people around and stepping yourself.
It is 1st and 15 for Tri-Central at the 30-yard line of the Trojans. Split backfield, Davis on the call. The option comes out, and Well, I'm not sure if Davis ever got rid of the football. If he didn't, it's going to be a loss back to about the 26-yard line, and I don't think he ever got the pitch away, Jim. Obviously not. The loss is back to the 26.
The thing, now, again, I don't know what Tri-Central's scheme is. They're not running a dive option. They're running what's called a speed option, which is you just take the snap and start attacking the end with a quarterback in this case, and he steps back at least a yard from the line of scrimmage, and the penetration the black attack has, he's already a minus yard when he gets tackled.
Ray Walls is wide to the left side, 2nd and 19 following the loss back to the 26. Davis signaling timeout. Clint wants to talk about it. Timeout Tri-Central with 5:39 left to play in this first quarter. You're listening to Warrior Football on
Saturday and until 3 on Sunday afternoon. If you're looking for a good place to eat, next time try Heckathorn's Country Inn at Niona Lake. You will not be disappointed.
Here's Davis with a 2nd and 19. The handoff comes outside. Didn't get much. Schnitz on the tackle. And on the carry for Tri-Central was Jason McCullough, a junior. He's out to about the 31. He got 5 back. So we'll look at 3rd and 14 for Tri-Central at the Tri-Central 31-yard line. You know, this has really got to be a little deja vu for you, Jim.
Well, the weird part is, and again, I don't know how many listeners know, but my original employer was Tri-Central, and then my second coaching stint was here in North Miami. So I've coached both these schools. And it's weird looking through the roster and seeing kids I taught in school.
5 minutes, 6 seconds in the first quarter to play. Davis looks at 3rd down and 14. And he'll drop back, fake the handoff, rolls to his right side, looks upfield, the pass is away. It is incomplete. Nice defense by the North Miami Warriors. Jeremy Winters coming back, getting a hand up, and deflecting that pass. So it'll be 4th down and 14 for Tri-Central. At their own 31.
Tri-Central's not, obviously statistically, he's not completing passes, not getting the running yard. But the thing they're doing is mixing it up. I mean, that was what they call a boot pass, which is where the quarterback fakes a dive and then rolls out. They're doing a lot of different things. The ball is real, what they call iced or slick. When it's cold like this, the air compresses and the ball suddenly has a slick feel to it. And passing the ball is a little tougher to do. But Tri-Central's got great diversity on their offensive plays.
Here's the punt by Walls to Thompson at the 30. Troy comes upfield across the 40 near the 45-yard line. Gets a return of about 10, 12 yards on the punch by Thompson. So the Warriors will have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
So the thing happens when you're playing a cold game like this, the ball, even though it's being switched sideline to sideline, never warms up. And so pitching the ball, passing the ball has a tendency to be very slick to touch.
Well, the Warriors bring it up to the line of scrimmage. Bart Connor, the junior at quarterback, and this time the handoff to it's Jocko Flaherty. He's out across the 45 to about the 46, got a yard. 2nd down and 10. You talk about the slickness, Jim, and the coldness on the football, taking a little bit of the feel out of it. Does that hinder the option? Does that hinder the wishbone or not?
Well, it can from the standpoint that now instead of getting a real good feel by the quarterback when to pitch the ball, and the receiver when to receive the ball, it's almost like you're catching it with bricks in your hand. Mm-hmm. And the thing that Coach used to talk about that he tried to stay away from in this particular case was the difference between running the veer, which is really a read offense, versus just running what we call the base option, which is where you automatically pull the ball and start reading the end. So the veer would be a good call here, not the option every time.
2nd down and 9, and on the count, whether the cadence was a little off or not, they get a little offside movement here, I believe, on Tri-Central, unless they were drawn off. Let's wait and see.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think Park came up, kind of juggled the cadence a little bit, and got those guys jumping a little bit early.
Smart kid.
They'll walk off the penalty. 2nd down and 4 now for the Warriors inside Trojan territory at the Tri-Central 49-yard line. Warriors come up to the line of scrimmage. Brad Wilkerson is wide to the right side. The handoff to Schnitz. Jamie follows his blockers well. Gets in behind the guys and digs it down across the 45 to the Tri-Central 44-yard line. That's good enough for a Warrior 1st down.
So I don't think you can avoid the option. I think what you have to do is think a little bit about how the quarterback takes the snap. Now, if it's a dive option that he reads, he has his hands on the ball. He is warming the ball up. If it's a speed option where he automatically attacks the end, it might get a little cooler.
3:43 to play in this first quarter. This time on the dive, they get to about the 40-yard line, and that's going to be it. Jocko Flaherty on the carry. Flaherty on the season. He's a junior, a 170-pounder, has rushed for 932 yards. He averages about 5.5 yards a carry every time he touches the football.
and a very good athlete. That's the thing I keep reminding people that are listening. If your kid's a good athlete, get him out for football.
Connor sets the ball club. The Warrior Bone on the move right now. Schnitz gets the handoff, dodges a tackler in the backfield, and the guy who came through for Tri-Central was Mimo Perez. He nearly caught Schnitz in the backfield, but Jamie broke it, got away, and gets yardage to the Tri-Central 38-yard line. It is 3rd down and 4 for the Warrior Bone. They come up to the line of scrimmage. At center for North Miami, Brad Hoover. He's a 5'11 junior.
Good place for a dump pass where you fake the dive and then reverse out.
3rd down and 4. The option comes to the right side. Connor's going to try and make the read. He's inside the 35, near the 33. That's where he's got to be.
I'm not going to call that one, Ed. The field's got a hump in the middle.
Well, they're going to kind of bring the sticks over maybe and take a look at this one. I think it's that close. The ball is just on the Trojan side of the 34-yard line. Evidently, they're not going to bring him out. Yeah, they are. They're going to take a look.
Well, it gives those guys a chance to warm up, too. They're over
they've been standing there for a while.
You know, these are things that as official you have to keep in mind. Everybody needs to be happy.
Looks like he may be just a hair short. No, he's going to have it by the nose of the football.
Last year, if you'd have said hair when you were covering North Miami, somebody would have...
Oh, we've had half a dozen of them on this ball club last year. Yeah, they're going to have it by the nose of the football. It's 1st down for the Warriors. Big 3rd down play there for North Miami.
And that's that forward lean that we talked about. When you start to get hit, get out there and lean. I mean, you can always pick up, half yard can be a difference between a ball game winning and a ball game losing.
Wilkerson split. He's set to the right side. This time the dive to Flaherty, and the penalty flag goes down as Jocko gets to about the 30-yard line before he is brought down. We have holding against the Warriors, the preliminary indication.
Well, again, you got a good drive going. That's the kind of mistakes you can't have. And I know Coach DuBois is, well, I haven't coached with everybody, but he's the best line coach I've ever worked with. And I'm sure that's not making him happy, but they'll get it fixed.
Holding is the call.
Holding call is going to cost Warriors about 10 yards.
They'll walk it off from the line of scrimmage, and that will bring the ball back across the 40-yard line to the Tri-Central 44-yard line. There is no score. We're in the first quarter with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in the second-round Class A football game between North Miami and Tri-Central.
Now, you're probably going to see a stunt. If I was defending these guys, you're 1st and 20. You can send somebody, take a chance.
And again, back to throw the football as Connor passes out. It is incomplete, intended for Brad Wilkerson at about the 30-yard line. So the Warriors will look at 2nd down and 20 from their own 44, from the Trojan 44, excuse me.
Interesting call on both sides of the field. A team that doesn't throw the ball actually had a kid open, and a team that probably, for all intents and purposes, could have gone, elected not to.
That is only the 8th time this season, or excuse me, the 28th time this season the Warriors have thrown the football. Penalty flags go down as the dive to Flaherty off tackle on the left side. Stopped for very little gain. Brett Hall, senior linebacker, on the tackle for Tri-Central. Let's check the penalty flag. Illegal procedure on North Miami. So Tri-Central saying decline the penalty. They want to flip the down marker and make it 3rd down and about 19.
Now, this is something we talked about earlier, about how when you get in a hole, like a holding penalty type situation, your team seniors are the ones that need to come to the top. They need to say, all right, that kind of stuff happens, let's get back in there. And that's what's happening is we'll see too many mistakes.
3rd down and 20 for North Miami at the Tri-Central 44. Back to throw is Connor. Quick hitter on the flat is intended for Wilkerson. It is overthrown. So they'll bring that one back. The Warriors going to punt the football. 4th down and 20. How much of a boost, Jim, is this going to give the Tri-Central defensive unit? Because they've held this vaunted offense now to not much here in this first quarter.
Well, it depends on how they came in. If Tri-Central came in talking loud, but to themselves saying things like, I don't know how we're going to beat these guys, then they're still questioning themselves. Because what they did was North Miami dug their hole. It wasn't Tri-Central took them out of a series. North Miami took themselves out of the series.
Here's North Miami's punt. It is not a good one. Andy Halderman kicked her straight up in the air, but it's going to bounce down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. So Tri-Central will start 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And then again, if they came in bragging, because again, you go to these types of events, we can all talk tough, but it's how we feel inside. And if they feel like, we got as good a chance against these guys as anybody, they got to obviously be rallying right now because that punt right there, if it had been a decent punt, would have put them in a bad position. Right now they're on the 25. There's nothing wrong with that field position.
Tri-Central's head coach was quoted as saying stopping North Miami's potent ground game will be a primary factor in winning the ball game. So far, they have.
Yep.
Here we go, right up the middle. It's Key on the carry. And Bryan is out across the line of scrimmage to about 27-yard line. That's going to be all. On the tackle, Winters is around the football for North Miami. A lot of folks there as well.
I tell you, I'm having a hard time reading it. I don't know if, when we played here, I don't know if they buried a dinosaur into this thing or not, but I keep looking on the round side of the field, and I keep getting the yardage wrong.
Well, it will be second down at about 9, a gain of 1 on the carry by Key. Clint Dennis, the senior quarterback, sets them up. Twins are set to the right side for Tri-Central, and that's the way the play is going to run. Dennis comes out on the option. He's got room, gets around Winters, out across the 45 to the midfield. He's inside the Warrior 40, to the 30, to the 20. He's to the 10. He's going to go for 6. Touchdown, Clint Davis for Tri-Central. There are no penalty flags down. And oh boy, we talked about lightning striking, and it looks like it just might have. Clint Davis takes it, what for?
No, 60. No, 70.
Line of scrimmage was the 26.
Yeah,
so it's going to be a 74-yard run for a touchdown for Tri-Central's Clint Davis.
Well, you can hear the hush. I mean, it's like we're at the library all of a sudden. But the thing you don't want to do, if you're a North Miami fan, and I've been in these situations, and we'd appreciate it if you don't do this, don't get down. This game isn't over yet. This is a matter of just saying, okay, that one we got lazy, we didn't get, fill or whatever we didn't do right. Fix it and get on with it.
Point after is up and good by Tri-Central. It's a 7-0 ball game. Tri-Central leads North Miami. 21 seconds left in the first quarter. You're listening to Warrior Football. North Miami. Troy Thompson and Jason C. Jason's a sophomore. Troy, of course, is a junior.
Now, you were asking me about how Tri-Central feels. Right now, if they came in bragging, they're going to get a little cocky right here, and you could run one back on them. If they came in feeling they could play this game, then they just know they got to go back to work.
It is 7-0. Tri-Central on a 64-yard run by Davis. Here's the kick. It is deep. It'll be C who will take it. He's at the 14. Out across the 20. Look out. 25-30. He's to the 40-yard line. He's to the 46 before he's drugged down from behind by Tri-Central. On the tackle for the Trojans of Tri-Central, the guy who saved the touchdown, Jeremy Castor.
Now again, see that's the kind of thing you got to be careful. Yeah, you get ahead, but that 50 cents will get you a Coke at most gas stations.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's pretty important for the Warriors now to go right down the field and put it in the zone.
Yeah, buddy.
This time the handoff to Schnitz. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and the Tri-Central Trojans string it out to the left side, and Schnitz going to get about a yard. That's all. The guy who led that charge for Tri-Central, Scott Lovell, the defensive tackle. He's a junior. This is a very young Tri-Central ball club. They start just 1-2 seniors on defense. Their halfback on the right side, Matt Markins, is a freshman.
And a big lad at that.
And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Tri-Central 7, North Miami nothing. We'll be back at North Miami High School right after this time out.
Choice of shrimp or smelt with your choice of potato and salad bar for only $4.95. Children's portions available too at the Denver Tavern.
At the Macy Elevator, service is our first priority. Whether you need advice on feed for your herd, animal health products, or farm equipment parts, we make that our first priority. Not only do we carry Wayne and Nutrena feeds, a full line of animal health products and equipment, but also have pride of the farm equipment and parts. The Macy Elevator service is our first priority. May we serve you?
Connor on the pitch comes to the short side of the field. The pitch goes to Schnitz, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. There will be no gain on the play. Warriors look at third down and about 8 yards to go from their 49-yard line.
Well, the thing that I'm noticing, now I've got a better angle on why Tri-Central's controlling that inside. That 75 is a large pup.
Yeah, 75 level is a pretty good size young man. We don't have weights listed on the program for Tri-Central. He's a 250-pounder anyway. This time again to the short side of the field. Connor on the keep. He gets inside the 45 down to the 42. Had the first down. I don't know whether the ball was blown dead. I think it was, but the ball came loose. I think it was after Bart was down. So the Warriors will pick up the first down at the 41-yard line of Tri-Central. And
And then the other guy that seems to be doing very well is number 50. Who
that is Andy Roberson,
yeah.
the defensive tackle on the right side.
I watched him during warm-up. You got a kid that's big, built, and he's a great-looking athlete. Just really does a good job.
First and 10 Warriors at the 41 of Tri-Central. Connor rolls to the right side, looks upfield, passes out, overthrown. Intended for Halterman.
Well, it was a good call. If he just relaxes and plays pitch and catch, he looked like he was trying to make up for the couple that he kind of underthrew.
Pass was intended for Brad Wilkerson.
Right.
Excuse me, not Halterman.
Right. And all he really needed to do was realize that 80 was wide open and just play a little pitch and catch. But the other thing that Tri-Central's doing is moving around up front. I'm trying to figure out, I haven't seen this, didn't look at the sky report before we went on the air, but they start out, they'll see the setter's covered, which is a 50, and then they'll go to a 4-3 look.
Here we go, coming on the dive play for the Warriors. Over the right side is Jocko Flaherty. Doesn't get much, hit to about the 40-yard line. That's going to be it. They will alternate from the basic 4-4. They will jump into that 5-3 set, and when they do, they'll bring up over the football Jason Toll when they rotate into that 53. And I think primarily they're going to have to go to that, Jim. Well, they obviously have to contain this ground game.
Well, see, if you mix up what's going on up front, now watch. They'll start out some and then move around a little bit. The offense can adjust.
Third down and 7. Connor again to throw the football, puts the pass on the flat for Wilkerson. He's got it inside the 20-yard line, right on the 20 before he was popped out of bounds. Matt Parkins defending on the play. I'll tell you what, if you keep it score, that's only the 8th pass the Warriors have completed all season.
Well, and the thing is, every pass that he's thrown has not been pitch and catch except that one. And if you take a right-handed quarterback and sprint him to his left, he can throw more accurately. But he's been open. It's just a matter of putting the ball in the line.
Connor brings it up to the line of scrimmage. First and 10 at the 20. And the handoff to Jocko Flaherty. He's inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Jocko Flaherty on the carry.
So you complete a pass against a team who all week long, stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. Now all of a sudden the secondary guys are talking to the linebackers going, oh man, they're going to start throwing the ball. We didn't expect that. And see, now the run opens up.
Gain of 8. It is second down and 2 for the Warriors. The ball is at the 13-yard line of Tri-Central. Trojans lead this ball game 7-0. Hand off to Schnitz. Jamie hit it about the line of scrimmage. On the tackle for Tri-Central was Jason Toll. And there will be a gain of negligible yardage. It is third down, still about 2. First down yardage is the 10. The ball is just shy of the 12-yard line.
But again, now that time they slanted. Tri-Central slanted to the strength of the formation, which messes up the blocking.
Troy Thompson in the backfield. The handoff to Flaherty on the dive. Jocko is close. He should be inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. If he is, that's going to be first down Warriors.
It's going to be tough.
It depends on the spot. I think they're going to.
Well,
they're put it on the Warriors side of the 10-yard line, Jim.
Right, and that. Yeah, well, you get that guy that has that one bad eye, and they always get that placement. But no, the other thing is the chain gang's over there freezing. You got to get them to run a little bit. This gives them an opportunity to participate. You know, these are things that Gene Cato brings down from up above. I'm just teasing.
Maybe they'll have it by the nose of the football again.
I hope so.
9-12 left in this first half.
By the
Warriors
way,
looking for a first down.
I hear Keith Jackson say, where are the eyes of the football? I always know where the nose is. Where are the eyes of the football?
Well, I don't know. I think they're somewhere up around that front stripe, you know? They're kind of like a carp. They sit back a little bit. 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Hey, it's first and goal for the Warriors. The ball is at the 10-yard line. Connor on the call. The pitch comes out to Thompson. Oh, boy, Troy is surrounded by the Trojans back at about the 15-yard line. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the blocking scheme, but, boy, it just didn't work that time.
Call on me, teacher. I know what happened.
Brett Hall right into the backfield with Thompson. There'll be a loss back to the 14-yard line. So it's second and goal now from the 14.
I think what they've done is gone to school, and apparently the first down is when they run the option a little more than normal, and it looked like the end just came upfield. He didn't even read.
And they come on the dive this time to Flaherty, and Jocko doesn't get much. He's to about the 13-yard line, got a yard, maybe 2. It is third and goal now from the 13-yard line for the Warriors.
Got to have a touchdown, though. I mean, a field goal's nice. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of the game left. But you'd like to go down there and...
Well, let's think about field goals. It would be Jocko Flaherty, the guy who will attempt it should it come to that. Third down and third goal from the 13-yard line for the Warriors. Connor sets the glove in the wishbone, of course. Back to throw the football. Has some time. Passes on the flat. He's got Wilkerson in the end zone. Touchdown. The Warriors get the touchdown.
The old-fashioned way, they earn it.
They surely did, and I'm just trying to look down on the statistics, whether or not Bart Connor has thrown for a TD. Yes, he has one, and that is his second touchdown pass this season.
So he's going for a record. I'm telling you, when you know, just from past experience, if you think you can come into a game like this and stop one aspect and win the game, sometimes that's not good enough.
Well, Jocko Flair, they're going to go for two? No. Kick is up. Runkle puts it through the uprights, and it's good. We're tied at 7 here at North Miami. 7:54 to play in the first half. You're listening to Warrior Football.
An oil change and lube
Celebration this weekend, you can win prizes like an autographed movie by John Voight, Ninja Turtle movies, and other great prizes. Maximum Video offers all the latest releases like Pretty Woman, Red October, The Jetsons, Firebird, and a great selection of Nintendo games. At Maximum Video in Mexico, open Sunday through Thursday, 12 to 8, Friday and Saturday, 12 to 9. Stop in this weekend during their second anniversary celebration.
Key on the return for Tri-Central. Gets it out across the 30 to near the 34-yard line, and that will be 1st and 10 for Tri-Central at their, let's call it their 33-yard line. What a big touchdown that was, Jim, especially the way the Warriors got it.
Well, that's the thing that, you know, we used to get ready for Tip Valley, and all you ever heard about, oh, my, the running game, and they'd run that stupid counter dump to the tight end and win a ball game. It's the thing you got to be, your kids just have to play full speed. They can't worry and overthink and be standing still while the ball's in movement.
1st and 10, Tri-Central at their own 33-yard line. Clint Dennis brings the ball club to the line of scrimmage. Handoff goes to Keys out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. On the tackle for North Miami, coming up to make the play for the Warriors was Brandon Biddle, 6'2", 185-pound senior. You're listening to North Miami Football on WARU, WARU-FM, Peru. I'm Ed Drinkard with Jim Price. Nice to have you with us tonight.
Yeah, it is. And if you haven't had a chance to have your feet frozen, we'd like to invite you to still come out here to the frozen food section at North Miami between the peas and the corn.
Yeah, it is a nice night for football. He is Clint Dennis at quarterback. He's a senior. One of 2 that starts offensively for the big rush. Coming in, Biddle nearly had a line on him. They get the pass away. It is complete, and it will go to Jason McCullough. He's across midfield to the Warrior 47-yard line for the first down. Well, Tri-Central lets it be known that they can throw the football, too.
Well, and the thing you hate to see, and I'm not knocking this kid because, you know, he's playing his heart out, but when you come in that hard, okay, you got to be under enough control that when you see that quarterback still got the ball, you ought to take his helmet off.
Biddle comes to the near sideline, and Tim Du Bois, one of the assistant coaches, right there with him. I'm sure that's exactly what he's telling him.
Yeah, and it's not his fault. He was just overzealous and didn't, you know, base up and try to make a hit.
1st and 10, Tri-Central from the Warrior 47-yard line. Dennis on the call. Handoff comes to the right side. It's McCullough. He'll try and turn the corner. Schnitz beats him there after a gain of about 4. He's across the 45 to the Warrior 44-yard line, and Schnitzy is down. Schnitz is down on the near sideline. They're going to come out and take a look at him. The clock is stopped at 6:16 left to play in this first half, and we'll be back. Miami Schnitz is off the field under his own. We'll see Jamie back in this football game. 2nd down and 6, Tri-Central at the Warrior 44-yard line. 3 wides to the right side. And the handoff right up the middle. It's to McCullough, and he is inside the 35-yard line. All the way down to the 31 of North Miami, and that is yet another Tri-Central first down. So Tri-Central really moving the football. That was not McCullough on the carry. It was Tony Mullins. He's a sophomore. You look down this roster of Tri-Central, Jim, there's lots of 10s and 9s on this thing. They're a young football team.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing you notice. The consistency isn't there, but what you do have when you have youngsters is that excitement, and that kid just ran the ball as hard as he could run it.
Well, out of a pro set in motion, coming to the left side is Aaron Connor, the lone setback. McCullough back to throw the football. The pass is away. It is complete. And on the reception for Tri-Central is Aaron Connor. He's down to about the Warrior 25-yard line. So the Trojans on this drive at least showing that they have got a pretty credible passing game as well.
The thing I don't like is what they're doing is the Twins receiver, the inside man, which is the slot in this case, runs the other side of the field. And the strong safety for North Miami is trailing him, and he's not jumping on him right as he gets up, comes off the line of scrimmage, and they need to tighten that up a little bit, or they're going to play his pitch and catch all the way down the field.
Gain of 6. It is second down and 4. Tri-Central at the Warrior 25-yard line again. Dennis back to throw, puts it up in the end zone, and it is out. It is complete down to the 2-yard line. It is Aaron Connor on the reception for Tri-Central. And that is going to be first and goal at about the 2-yard line for the Tri-Central Trojans.
Well, that time the secondary guy just did not know where the ball was. The kid just kind of, to be honest with you, it was a good play fake. And number 11 just kind of jogged up the sidelines like, you know, I'll get there when I get there. And for some reason, the North Miami kid didn't break on the ball.
Well, it is first and goal. The ball is at about the 1.5. And Dennis sets the ball club. Tri-Central threatened to put some more points on this board here in this second quarter, and up the middle on the carry. Don't see any indications yet. So evidently the Warriors are going to keep him out of the goal. That is, well, I'm not sure if it's Key on the carry. Yeah, that is Brian Key.
It was a great call. It's a cross buck, which means that if you think about the defense, they want to surge across the line. So on a cross buck, they'll tackle the first guy that they fake to, and then the second back usually has a good angle to the end zone.
Ball game is tied 7-7. We're at the 4-minute mark here in the first half to play. Dennis from the 1. Handoff up the middle. Mullins, the sophomore, he's got the touchdown. Mullins carries it in from a yard out for the score. And with 3 minutes, 58 seconds left to play in this first half, Tri-Central out in front by a 13-7 lead.
Now, the shame of it all is the fact that you look across the way, and I know Sharpsville and Windfall's, you know, a little bit of a drive from there. But still, these kids put it on the line every week. And, you know, they've got a good crowd, but they could definitely have more people here. And that's what you fans have to do. You have to support your programs.
Aaron Connor will try the point after for Tri-Central. Kick is up, and let's see an indication. It is good. It is 14-7. Tri-Central over North Miami with 3:58 left to play in the first half. Left to play in this first half. It is 14-7. Tri-Central over North Miami. 14 points, the most the Warriors have given up all season, and that was in the loss to Whitko. 14-13.
I hope it doesn't get down to field goals, because that Connor kid, that ball came down in Denver. I mean, he's a soccer-style kicker, but he's a nice-looking kid. Boy, he just crushed that thing.
Let's run one back. Connor. Spins away, still on his feet, working to the 30-yard line. What an effort by junior Troy Thompson.
And see, that's what you come to a ball game for. Those kids, week, I mean, they never stop putting forth the effort. And that's why you got to get out here and you got to support the program.
Troy Thompson with a return to the 30. The Warriors will start first and 10 at their own 30-yard line. All right, we're down to 3:45 left in the half. Warriors got a long way to go, 70 yards to the end zone, and again, kind of paramount to get a score here, Jim.
Mix it up. Just keep mixing.
This time the handoff to Jocko Flaherty. He's out across the 35 to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line.
See, North Miami has the backs to run the ball. I mean, when those guys, when the ball snapped, it's showtime for those kids. And that's what you just, you know, stay with what, you know, as what was the line Hank Williams Jr. always said, you got to dance with what brought you, and then mix up the pass. It's a good series to mix things up a little bit.
Gain of 8. It is second down and 2 Warriors. And this time they come on the dive. It is Schnitz. Jamie's got the first down. He's out to the 44-yard line. Schnitz on a big carry. On the tackle for Tri-Central was Jason Tull. He's a junior. First down Warriors.
You sense a lot of standing around by Tri-Central, and you sense this kind of, you know, baited look on the North Miami side. In other words, you threaten me, and now, you know, it's like you back them in a corner, how defensive people get. They look very aggressive offensively. I hope they get down the field.
First and 10, North Miami, the dive to Runkle, and he will get yardage out across the 45 to about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. 2 minutes and 41 seconds. The clock right now is what the Warriors are working against. This offense does not generate a lot of big yards. It'll grind it out, but it doesn't go anywhere very quickly.
No, if my wife asked me what time we'd be home tonight, and I told her it was probably about 8:30. Because Tri-Central and North Miami, if they run the ball, it's a short game.
Second down and 6 for the Warriors. Back to throw is Connor. Puts it out. He wants Wilkerson. He's got him at the 30. He's to the 25 to the 20-yard line. First down, North Miami. What an excellent time. You know, I was kidding Bob Bridge last Saturday that he had been keeping a passing game in the back pocket all season long, just waiting for the tournament. I tend to think I was right.
Well, I'll tell you the guy that deserves a little bit of the credit besides Bob and the other coaches, Mark Lefebvre, who's their, I think calls their defensive signals, actually has a great mind for offense, and he likes to throw the ball, and if you listen to him, he'll tell you when.
It's a loose football, and the Warriors say they have it back inside the 20-yard line to about the 19. They're going to gain some yardage on it. That thing scored it out. I don't think anybody ever had control of it. Troy Thompson dove for the thing. Also there, Hoover to recover the football. They're going to gain, about 3?
Okay, and I got a little box to write a number in. Okay, now what number do I put in there?
137 with a clock running. The Warriors, 2nd down and 7 at the 19-yard line of Tri-Central. This handoff goes to Jamie Schnitz. He's got a hole. He's got the touchdown. Schnitz into the end zone from 19 yards out, and it is a 14-13 ball game with 1:26 left to play in this first half.
That's what we call a great call. What he's done now is marched up and down the field with just dive option, dive option. So what he did that time was run a counter. Started the action to the right. The defense over-pursued. Schnitz came back on a counter play, and it was touchdown.
Runkle with the point after attempt is up, and it is good, and it is tied at 14-14. 1:26 left in the half. We'll be back with the Warrior kickoff in just a minute. You're listening to Warrior Football.
Big prices from the dairy department to the produce department, even to the meat department. From cookies to cold cuts, pizzas to produce. Stop by Hagen's Best Mart at Denver. Home owned and operated and serving the community for 35 years.
Well, here we go. The kickoff away. Boy, what a kickoff. It's going to Key at the 4-yard line. He slips and falls. Actually, the 10, excuse me. Out across the 20, and that's going to be it. Key returns to the 24-yard line, and that's where he is dropped. So Tri-Central will start 1st and 10 near their own 24.
Now, if you notice any kind of tonal change in Ed and I during this game, okay, we want you to understand how exciting this game is, because, you know, this is one of those things like a tennis match. You know, somebody goes up 7 and is tied, and they're up 14. You know, this is kind of neat.
Well, let's see what the black attack defense can do now. 1:08 left in the half. Clint Dennis, the senior at quarterback for Tri-Central, out of a split backfield, drops back to throw the football, looks to the right side, passes away. It is complete, and it will go to Ray Walls. Defending on that side for North Miami was Wilkerson, and again, he never saw the football. The pass was short. Walls just came back to it and was able to make the reception.
Well, again, there is a pass route, okay, called a hitch. And what you do is you run a fly route, which is just run up the sideline. You know, you try to go for the bomb. And then you run a hitch off of that, which is stopping halfway. I don't think that's what they're running. I don't think Mr. Davis can get a good enough grip to throw the ball down the field. And the secondary guys turned and can't find the ball, and so the receiver just breaks back on it.
Warriors have allowed 66 yards per game to their opponents through the air. They've given up 4 touchdowns. They have 10 interceptions on the year and 599 yards given up on the season in passing. So they've got a pretty decent pass defense.
Well, actually, every one of these passes, these kind of down the field, I won't say deep, because, again, I don't think he can get his grip on the ball to really jack it downfield. But the pass that he's throwing could easily be intercepted. What you have to do if you're in the secondary is they're playing man coverage, so he pins the hip when the kid runs down the field, is when you turn like that, find the ball. Don't worry about the receiver. You got a left hand that can hold out. Now, that's as terrible as it is on the air, but that's what we used to teach, is you use that like an antenna. He'll touch your, run into your left hand. You know where he is, and then just find the ball. When the ball starts coming down, break and get after it.
Tri-Central with a 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. I'd like to remind you, coming up at the half, we're going to visit with Monica Lowe, the athletic director, assistant athletic director here at North Miami. Bring you up to date on what's going on here at North Miami High School as far as athletics are concerned. Dennis back to throw again. It's complete to Wall at midfield. Not enough for the first down. He's going to be out of bounds at the 50-yard line. That will stop the clock with 51 seconds left to play in this first half. It'll be 2nd down for Tri-Central and about 7. 2nd and 3, excuse me, a gain of 7.
Now, 51 seems to be awfully ginger on his leg there.
For North Miami, that's Ron Schaefer.
Okay, because he seems to be having problems getting his leg loosened up or something.
Second down and 3 for Tri-Central at midfield. The ball's on the 50-yard line. Clint Dennis on the call. Backfield is split. He drops back to throw. Looks to the right side. Over the middle. Nearly intercepted. Left pass interference on North Miami. Defending on the play for the Warriors was Wilkerson, the cornerback. And they're going to have a penalty flag down. They'll mark it off from the line of scrimmage. So that will give Tri-Central the first down.
Hey, you hate to see that. Doggone it.
47 seconds left in this first half. Well, there was just a little bit of contact there, and evidently the officials felt it was enough to warrant the flag.
You know, the rush isn't getting there, which still, you know, it's all balanced. If your rush gets in, then your secondary suddenly becomes All-American. If your rush doesn't get in, then you better have All-American.
It is 1st and 10 Tri-Central at the Warrior 35-yard line. You know, I've got to think, Jim, if Tri-Central gets this ball to about the 20, Connor's got the range.
Oh, no question about it. Now, suggestion, again, you know, I've now followed North Miami, but one of the things I think you ought to do in this case is, you know, they're going to try and throw the ball or run something downfield, then your best bet is to get your, if you're going to play man-to-man, is what they call a bump and run. Walk your secondary up, smack the receiver coming off the line of scrimmage. Now the timing is off, and now you have possibility for sack. Like if you're going to stun up front, if you're going to send a linebacker, we used to run what we call claw. And claw was just literally get right in the guy's face, and the minute he comes out of the stance, you just whack him one, and it throws the whole timing off. Then your blitz has a chance to get in.
Well, Tri-Central to the line of scrimmage. It is 1st and 10 from the Warrior 35-yard line. 47 seconds left in this first half. The ball game is tied at 14. Clint Davis back to throw, gets pressure, passes on the flat. It is for Wall. He's got it at the 5, and he is going to be close to the goal line. Wall is down to about the 4-yard line. He was wide open. There was no coverage for the Warriors.
Well, I think the coverage fell down. I watched the kid slip as he turned, and see there again, man coverage is a nice idea, but if you do slip, your history. And that's the thing, you might want to go to a zone type situation late in the game like this.
Well, I think we have a timeout called by the Trojans.
Trojan timeout.
39 seconds left to play in this first half. We'll be back in just a minute.
Animals and poultry, even the dogs, cats. Wayne and Cargill feeds mean just one thing: the right mix, the best quality to give you the healthy, fast-growing animals. Want to know more? Call the elevator and ask to have sales rep call you at home. The Macy Elevator, Macy, Indiana. We will serve you from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, 8 to noon on Saturday.
Well, head coach Randy Lancaster out talking to the official about something following that timeout. We're ready to go now. It's 1st and goal, Tri-Central at the 4-yard line. Dennis, the quarterback, split backfield set behind him. Big play. Going to throw the football. Passes out in the end zone. Wall had it momentarily. Dropped it. It is incomplete.
Great call. That is a great call.
Well, the Warriors, you got to think they were thinking run all the way.
But the problem with, and we talked about this in our call-out last week, the elementary kids, your secondary lines up 4 yards deep in the end zone. What for? If the kid catches a ball, you know, it's over with. You got to step up on that goal line and play as tight to that kid as you can be. 2nd and goal from the 4 for Tri-Central. Dennis again drops back to throw. Once Wall puts the pass up. Wilkerson's got a chance. He will not come down with the interception. Wilkerson had the chance. The ball was underthrown. Brad went up and got a hand on the ball, tipped it away, so the pass will fall incomplete. Well, it is 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line for Tri-Central. Draw.
And this time, we'll see what happens. Dennis sets the ball club. Back to throw the football again. Looks for Wall. Once Emmanuel Wilkerson nearly came up with the interception that time. Boy, are they working on Brad Wilkerson.
Well, I don't know if he called him something coming off the bus or what happened. Gee whiz. Talk about going to the well.
Boy, that was. Same play 3 times.
The other way you can look at it is Coach Lancaster figures, hey, we got an automatic 3. That may be the way he's looking at it.
It looks like the field goal unit is out. And we're going to have an attempt of about 21 yards by Aaron Connor. The ball will set up on the 11. 21-yard attempt, a left-handed soccer-style kicker. Boy, that's a mix, isn't it?
I'll tell you.
The angle sets up real nice for him. It's from right to left. Here's the kick. It's up. I don't know. It looks wide to the left. Is it?
Nope.
No, it is good.
It is good.
It is good. And so the field goal with 18 seconds left to play in the second quarter puts Tri-Central on top, 17-14 over North Miami.
I give Mr. Wilkerson a round of applause, you people at home, because there again had the opportunity, okay, to just say, oh gosh, I'm not having a good game and let's go home. and instead met the test 3 straight times against really what looks like a very good receiver. This Connor kid, I know he kicks well.
Do it to him twice.
No, and that's a sign of a quality performer. That's the kind of kid that you need to come out here and watch, because those are the kind of kids you need to support.
Well, let's see. Tri-Central will kick off to the Warriors. Connor will tee it up for the Trojans. And wouldn't a return be nice here?
I would tell you what it do. It just sizzle everything, because Tri-Central probably is starting to talk about what they're going to say at the half. If he runs it back, it's kind of like, gosh, what do we do now?
Well, back deep to receive for the North Miami Warriors, Troy Thompson and Jason C. And I think
how about that reverse, Ed?
Wouldn't that be fun?
I'll tell you, Peru used to run that. That'd be a great call, because your kids would be over anxious.
And they're not going to give the Warriors a chance to get a return. The kick is short, and the Warriors will field it at the 35 and return to about the 36-yard line. On the return for North Miami, one of the short folks, that's Jeff Hoover. He's a sophomore. And Jeff returns the ball to, they'll mark it about the 37-yard line, and the Warriors will start there 1st and 10 with 11 seconds left to play.
In defense of the Hoover family, when we say the short person, it's not his stature, it's the position on the field. We don't want anybody going out thinking he's a midget or something.
Well, the Warriors with the football at their own 36. 1st and 10, 4 seconds left in the half. Clock is running, down to 3. The play will go. Passes out. It is incomplete. It was intended for the North Miami Warrior receiver, and that was Andy Halterman. So the half will end with the Tri-Central Trojans leading North Miami 17-14 at halftime. And we'll be back to take a look at some statistics. We'll have a little chat with Monica Lowe, the athletic director, assistant athletic director at North Miami, and some more information for you coming up in just a few minutes. We'll be back at North.
It means that he has to really do a good job of throwing, which I don't think he's that great a passer. I think he's able to see an opening and make the throw. And that's the first thing I do defensively. Offensively, the team that scored the second touchdown was different than any other time of the game. These guys came out and just drove it down their throats. That's the attitude you got to have.
And that's something I think the Warriors need to do with this initial possession. The kick is away, and we are underway in the third quarter. It'll be Troy Thompson on about the 16. He's out across the 20, 25 to the 30. Picks the hole, squirts through it. He's out near the 35-yard line. And that's where the Warriors will start 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Troy Thompson on the return of about 20 yards on that kickoff.
I'd stay away, if you can, during the game, trying to make the kicking game the issue, because I'm telling you, this Connors kid from Tri-Central can crush that ball. And you want to, if you're going to be ahead by a touchdown, not a field goal.
Well, Tri-Central has already gotten more points in a football game than the Warriors have given up average all season.
Yeah, and again, it's partly, an offense that probably hasn't moved the ball the first quarter especially as well as they wanted to. And then part of it, like I said, is just, whether or not you can allow a guy to just sit back there and throw the ball.
Well, again, 219 total yards offense for Tri-Central in the first half. The Warriors with 185. Here we go. Second half is underway. Hand off to Flaherty right up the middle, and Jocko's popped at the line of scrimmage, and that's all. The guy who's got a hold of him is Scott Lovell, that big defensive tackle. And we, again, don't have a weight on Scott, but, boy, they need one of those truck scales to weigh him. He's a big one, isn't
he? When he came in, these are the kind of things you look for. He had, like, fuzzy dice hanging off his face mask, a couple bumper stickers on his seat.
No gain. 2nd down and 10 from the 35. The dive this time to Runkle, and he is upended at about the 33-yard line on the tackle. And a good one it was Matt Markins, the freshman.
Now, in that particular play, their stopping and juking was an error, because I really think if he'd have just kept running, he'd have run right by the kid, where he juked, and the kid had a chance to face up and make the play.
3rd down and 7 for the Warriors. The ball is at their own 38-yard line. This time Connor on the dive goes to Schnitz. Jamie's going to be stopped at about the 43-yard line. Not enough for the first down, so the Warriors are going to have to punt the football away. It will be 4th down for North Miami from their 42-yard line. 4th down and about 3. 10:37 left to play in this third period.
Here.
By golly, the Warriors are going to go for it. Connor brings the ball club to the line of scrimmage. They need 3 yards. It is Schnitz. He's got it across midfield. He's to the 45, all the way to the Tri-Central 41-yard line. Jamie Schnitz. No penalty flags are down. It is 1st and 10 North Miami. Boy, you called it, Jim. Gutsy call.
Yeah, and the best part of this is you know, everybody says, well, it's the coach's ego. That may be. But when the kid's successful, you just made the game for them. Now all of a sudden they're getting into the game and they're going, yeah, we can do this. And see, they had a gut check at halftime, and now they've had a chance to take it.
Well, it is first down. Again, it's Runkle on the dive, and Rich has a problem getting the ball across the line of scrimmage. The guy who came up and made the play was Clint Davis. He's a defensive halfback. So they've got to be reading run all the way right now, Jim.
Well, again, that's the thing. Now, I'll tell you the pass I haven't seen yet, which is very effective on a cold night, is the screen pass, the slip screen, because a lot of times on turf like this late in the game, it'll get kind of glassy, and they'll slip.
2nd and 9 from the Tri-Central 40. It's Runkle on the dive. He is to the 36-yard line of Tri-Central. On the tackle was Tony Mullins, a sophomore.
Now, I don't know if he's reading or not, but if he is, boy, he sure knows how to read the defense. If he's not, I mean, if it's supposed to be a called handoff, that's good on the coach's part. If Mr. Connor's reading, he's doing a good job.
3rd down and 4 for the Warriors. This handoff to Schnitz. Jamie through the hole, about to see hole on that right side, and he's down inside the 35 to the 31-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear the comment Ed just made? The C hole? God, I'm impressed. See, gaps are numbered on the offensive line, and that way you've got gap control defense. God, I'm impressed, Ed.
4th down and a yard for North Miami. At the 32-yard line. This time the handoff to Schnitz. He's got the first and more. He's inside the 15. To the 10, the 5. It's a touchdown. North Miami. No, he's going to be shy by about 2 yards.
What a great call.
Mullins makes the saving tackle. It was a shoestringer. But what a great run by Schnitz. He was tripped up, got down on the hands to keep the balance, and nearly took it in the zone. Great effort.
What a great call. Now, what they've done now is dive, and all of a sudden run the counter. And what happens is the defense jumps the dive, and then all Schnitz with his speed and strength just ends up on the safety.
Connor on the call, 1st and goal from the 2. They go to Thompson, and Troy will be close, but no touchdown. He's going to about the 1, and that's it.
I thought you were going to say no cigar. That's my all-time favorite comment.
8 minutes and 30 seconds with the clock running to play in the 3rd quarter. Thompson will get half a yard. It is 2nd and goal. The ball is on about the 1.5 for North Miami.
I don't know if North Miami has it, but they need to run what's called an Arkansas, which is dive the fullback and let the quarterback follow him in the hole.
Connor goes on the pitch to Thompson. He's going to get into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, North Miami. They fake the dive up the middle to Runkle and go on the option around the right side. The pitch to Thompson. He carries it in for the score. And the Warriors lead it 20-17, taking the opening kickoff and moving 65 yards for the score.
Just a great series that time. Coach Bridge, I assume, is the offensive coach. Just a great series of calls, keeping the defense never really in a position where they can second guess. They're always on their heels trying to figure out what to do. Good call.
And Runkle adds the point after. It's 21-17 North Miami. You're listening to Warrior Football. We'll be back in a moment.
How do you like your Coke? Plenty of...
That's right. You can rent all movies and Nintendo games for just $5 for 3 movies during the 2nd anniversary celebration going on right now in Maximum Video in Mexico. Also, during your celebration this weekend, you can win prizes like an autographed movie by John Voight, Ninja Turtle movies, and other great prizes. Maximum Video offers all the latest releases like Pretty Woman, Red October, Jetsons, Firebird, and a great collection of Nintendo games. That's Maximum Video in Mexico. Open Sunday through Thursday, 12 to 8, and Friday and Saturday, 12 to 9. Stop in this weekend during their 2nd anniversary celebration.
All you have to do is listen to this Warrior crowd as Jocko Flaherty kicked off the Tri-Central. Key took it on about the 14, returned to the 15. He was absolutely leveled by D.J. Catton, a junior for the Warriors.
I believe Evander Holyfield was on that tackle.
Tri-Central has the football, 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line, their first possession of the 2nd half. The handoff up the middle, it's to Key. He's out to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line.
Well, the one thing I was hoping North Miami wouldn't do, and I hate to say this, I hope they win the game, but I hope they stop running plays because I'm running out of stat boxes to run their plays.
Gain of 4. It is 2nd down and 6 for Tri-Central. The ball is at their 19-yard line. 21-17. The Warriors take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter, march 65 yards. Thompson on the option around the right side gets the score.
But again, they've got to stop these people. They got to make them punt, make them start second-guessing themselves. They can't give up a series.
Here's Dennis on the call. The pass is up. It's out to the right side. It is incomplete, or, well, it's loose on the field. They rule it incomplete. Defending was Rich Runkle. What a great job he did. Pass was intended for Brett Hall.
I thought he had it.
I did too. I really thought Hall came down with it, but Runkle stayed with it, battled him for it, and when they came to the turf, it squirted loose, incomplete.
Again, we're not getting any kind of, we're not getting a hand in his face. You know, this guy's not feeling any kind of pressure. And they got good-looking receivers. Nice, tall kids, strong-looking runners. They're going to have to do something to get Clint on his back.
7:03 left to play in this third quarter. It is third down, Trice Central at their 19. 3rd and 6 for the Trojans. Here they come on the option, and they go on the reverse. It's Aaron Connor with it. He's got the first down. He's out across the 30. He lost the football, but it squirts out of bounds. So it'll still be Trice Central ball across the 30. To the 34-yard line of Trice Central. First down, Trojan. In this third period, 1st and 10, Trice Central at their own 34-yard line. Clint Dennis on the call. The senior at quarterback comes on the pitch. It comes outside to McCullough. He has yardage across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Jamie Schnitz on the tackle.
I don't, again, we did this last Friday, or I did it last Friday, and I don't mean to sound like it, but there's a clip going on in that particular series. They got 3 receivers to one side. The middle receiver cracks back, and the kid on the line of scrimmage has his back to him, which is an illegal block. And I don't see it called, and you know, once you call something like that, they'll get out of that play.
Twins come out of the huddle wide to the left side for Trice Central. Connor is wide to the left. And this time they come back on the reverse pitch, and the counter comes back to about the 39-yard line, a gain of 3, maybe 4 for Trice Central. On the tackle, Schnitzy is there. Also on the play for the Warriors, Ron Schaefer.
Now, I noticed a lot of misdirection by Trice Central this series. In other words, there again, strength of the formations to the wide side of the field. Everything started that way, and then they countered back. I don't know if they assume, you know, pursuit's not going to, going to take them out of that play or not.
Third down at about 4 for Trice Central. The ball is just shy of the Trojans' 40-yard line. Dennis on the call. Here's the handoff up the middle. Boy, it is stopped dead. And on the tackle is Brad Hoover. Handoff to McCullough up the chute, and Hoover met him head on. He's going to lose maybe a half a yard.
Yeah. Now, that's just good defensive calling. Again, I don't know if Coach Bridge goes both on these calls or not, but who's ever making that call, that is just a great call.
It is 4th down and 4, and back to punt is Connor.
Oh, okay.
Back deep for the Warriors, Troy Thompson. High snap from center, fielded by him well, gets the kick away. Thompson will have the return. No, he does not. The ball hits. Oh, it takes a Trojan bounce. Inside the 30 to the Warrior 24-yard line. So North Miami will start 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Warriors 21, Trice Central 17. You're listening to North Miami football on WARU, WARU-FM, Peru. I'm Ed Drinker, Jim Price alongside. And, boy, this is an exciting football game here this evening.
Well, the best part was it's got a lot of movement, which, because our toes are frozen, we don't get an opportunity to move around much. So keep Warriors excitement, Warriors.
Warriors bring it up to the line of scrimmage, and Connor will set the ball club out of the bone. They go on the dive to Runkle. Rich just blasts across tackle, and he's out near the 30-yard line to about the 29. Got 5 almost on the carry.
That's a good call. Nice call. Again, we just had a few more of these boxers. Glad these stats in. I'd really appreciate it. If you guys are at home not doing anything, you want to get your ruler and your pencil out, make a couple grids for me, come by stadium here pretty quick.
2nd down and 6. The handoff to Thompson. Troy gets a yard out to about the 30. Warriors going to look at 3rd and 5. Coming across to make the play for Trice Central was Brian Key.
The thing you don't want to do in the first half, the thing that I think helped North Miami move the ball was not necessarily the completion of the pass, which, you know, obviously for a touchdown is great, but just the fact that they tried it. Because, you know, you can get, if you're run-oriented, you can get 27 guys up on the line. Look at these secondary guys. They're only 6 yards deep.
Here's Connor on a 3rd and 4. It is Runkle. Rich has got the first down, put the shoulder down, and just ran over McCullough at the 35-yard line. He's out near the 36. 1st and 10, North Miami.
Great run that time.
Number 30, Flaherty.
Yeah, Jocko Flaherty.
3 minutes and 39 seconds left to play.
But he wanted to be Richie Runkle.
He would have liked to have been Rich Runkle, I think, on that play. Absolutely.
In a movie by John Boyd, he would have been.
I think so. Here's the handoff again to Flaherty. He's across the 40, still on his feet out to the 45, to the 46, very close to a first down.
If you're not able to pick up the crowd noise, what you have here is a kid that's like shot from a gun, and when they make that dive, he is to the... I remember Sean Brooks ran for us, was not as big as Jocko, but definitely quick. And what happens is, if he gets gets the line of scrimmage faster than the defense can react, you'll be on the safety in no time.
And you know, covering the Peru Tigers all season, as we did, we talked about that a lot. Yet the Peru backs just did not have that. Well, the snap from center is fumbled. I think the Warriors are going to have it back on a 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Hate to see that on a drive.
And it will be Warrior football, but it's 2nd and 10 from their own 46.
And again, the ball, if you know how footballs are made, they're made in 4 pieces of leather with, of course, the seams are sewn. And when that air is pressed in there and it gets cold like this, the air contracts and the ball gets real slick.
Back to throw the football is Connor. He wants Wilkerson. He had him, but he dropped the football at the 40-yard line. And they were Warrior fans, I think, won a little penalty on Tri-Central. Ray Walls looked like he had a hold of Wilkerson before the ball really did arrive, but the officials didn't see it that way.
Well, see, that's that old North Miami blood still flowing through.
3rd down and 10 for the Warriors at the 46-yard line of the Warriors.
You can't stop this drive. You got to go down there with that field goal they kicked for the half. You got to go down there and score again.
And Connor drops back, wants to throw the football, has some time, pass on the flat, intercepted by Brett Hall. He returns to the Warrior 45-yard line. That is the first interception of a Bart Connor pass tonight. And Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at the Warrior 46. Left to play in this 3rd quarter. Tri-Central football 1st and 10 at the Warrior 46 following that pass interception by Brett Hall of the Trojans. And they come up the middle, and on the carry, it is McCullough. And Jason doesn't get a lot. He's to about the 42-yard line of North Miami. Be a gain of, call it 4 yards. They're going to spot the ball on the 41. It is 2nd down. And now they're kind of back at the stick on the far side up a little bit. Gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. A minute and a half with the clock running to play in this 3rd quarter.
Again, this is a perfect passing situation right here. You got it down kind of to waste. They got to get pressure or they got to collision receivers.
Davis back to throw. Looks on the far side. Pass is up. It is caught by Wall. He's going to go for the touchdown. He's at the 5. He's into the end zone. Ray Walls came out of a crowd with the football, and it is another touchdown for Tri-Central. The Trojans lead the Warriors 23-21.
Of the quarterback, and they're not doing anything as far as collisioning the receivers and getting the timing out.
Well, it is a 23-21 ball game. Tri-Central over the Warriors. A minute 14 left to play in the 3rd quarter. And again, Clint Davis, the senior quarterback, hitting junior Ray Walls for that 46-yard touchdown strike. And it kind of makes you think a little bit. You're right. The pass is not well thrown. It's just kind of up there for grabs.
Yeah, it's kind of,
But the receivers for Tri-Central, Jim, are so much taller than the Warrior defenders that they're just picking the thing right over their heads.
That's what I'm saying. If that's what they do, which is obvious they've gone to that several times, then knock them at the line of scrimmage and throw this whole thing out of whack. Yeah, because he can't stand back there forever if he really isn't a good thrower.
Aaron Connor will not attempt the point after. They're going for 2. It is incomplete. So it is 23-21. Tri-Central leads North Miami at the minute 14 mark in this 3rd quarter. You're listening to North Miami football on WARU, WARU-FM, Peru.
Not only good home cooking, but a pleasant, homey atmosphere, and that makes for an all-around enjoyable dining experience. The folks around Macy and Island Lake know the best place for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. How about you? Heckathorns Country Inn opens at 6 a.m. 7 days a week. They're open until 8, Monday through Thursday, till 9 on Friday and Saturday, and at 3 in the afternoon on Sunday. If you're looking for a good place to eat, next time try Heckathorns Country Inn in Iona Lake. You won't be disappointed.
Troy Thompson on the return of the Tri-Central kickoff to the Warrior 34-yard line. And that's where North Miami will start 1st and 10 at their own 34, 23-21. Tri-Central back in front, a minute 9 left to play in this 3rd quarter with the clock running. Boy, this has turned into a shootout, Jim.
Well, it's an interesting, I guess I misunderstood the purpose of not going for the extra point. You got a situation where you got a great kicker, he's going to get you in the game from the field goal percentage point. Why not take the extra point, go up by 3, and then, let them have to go down drive on your defense.
Jocko Flaherty on the carry across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Warriors. As Connor brings the ball club up. Half a minute left in this third quarter to play. On the handoff to Flaherty once again. Jocko down to the 40-yard line. And it will be 3rd down for the Warriors and about 4. Ball is on the 40-yard line. 17 seconds left to play in this third quarter. 23-21. Tri-Central leads North Miami. The winner of this ball game meets the winner of the Southwood at Eastern ball game tonight, next Friday evening. Hand off to Schnitz. Jamie's got the first down. He's out across the 45 to midfield and rolled out of bounds at the Tri-Central 45-yard line. Mullins on the tackle along with Key for Tri-Central, and that's the end of the third quarter. The end of 3 at North Miami. It's 23-21 Tri-Central. You're listening to Warrior Football on WARU. 46-yard line.
We got to go for the score. We got to get in again and get ahead of these guys.
23-21 Tri-Central over North Miami.
And again, I think the counterplay is something we need to, see on this series.
Out of the wishbone. Here's the handoff. It goes to Schnitz. Jamie is hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a gain of about a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Warriors at the Tri-Central 45.
The deepest secondary player that time was 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. And I think he looked deeper simply because of the contour of the field. These guys are crawling up to the line of scrimmage. Talking about 11 guys on the line of scrimmage. You run any kind of tight end dump or something like that, it's goodbye.
2nd down and 9 for the Warriors. This time the handoff to Flaherty, and Jocko's going to get a couple of tough ones. He's to the Tri-Central 43, and that's going to be all for Jocko Flaherty. On the tackle for Tri-Central, Andy Roberson around the football along with Memo Perez.
Well, you want to get in early because the whole rest of this quarter, okay, you've got to stop them from throwing the ball. That's the only thing they're doing that's making any difference.
It is 3rd down and 7 for the Warriors, a gain of 2 on the carry. Big 3rd down play for North Miami. They come on the option. Connor's going to try and keep it and duck upfield. He doesn't get anything. Might have gotten a yard. That's going to be all. On the tackle level, the big defensive tackle for Tri-Central. The gain is to the 43, and the punting unit looks like it's on the field and going back to kick the football for the Warriors.
Andy Halderman.
Andy Halderman, the senior.
Taught him in school, too, but not how to punt.
10:35 left. It is 23-21. Halderman gets the kick away. It is high. Key will take it on the 15. He's racked up at the 25-yard line, and that's going to be all. So Tri-Central will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. With 10 minutes and 27 seconds left to play in this football game, the Trojans lead the Warriors 23-21.
Well, the thing you don't want to do, again, is let them march the ball up the field by, just passing the football. And again, and reiterating, this guy is not a passer. What he does is throw it up there, and they got so much talent in the receiving corps, they just pick it up out of the air.
Tri-Central to the line of scrimmage. Clint Dennis, the senior at quarterback. Wide receivers set wide to the left side. The handoff is up the middle, and looked like maybe the ball squirted loose. Let's see.
2nd down.
Well, this is the reaction of some of the folks down there. It looked like that might have been what happened. Not the case.
This would be a good time for stripping.
Yeah, Craig Burns on the tackle for the Warriors.
I watched Tennessee, and although, they may never be national champions, their defense is unbelievable at tackling and making a fumble. It's just unreal what they can do.
Connor and Hall come wide to the left side for Tri-Central. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for the Trojans. Davis again drops back to throw the football, passes out, wide open is Wall again. He's to midfield and into Warrior territory at the 45-yard line. On the tackle for North Miami was Alan Hetzner. And again, it is Tri-Central 1st down. Tri-Central has obviously found a weakness in that secondary of North Miami, Jim, and they are absolutely exploiting it right now.
Well, there's some factors that you have to, kind of get common sense time for, and that is if we run the wishbone in practice, then we don't see the pass. So our scout team, may not really give a good look as far as throwing the ball. And that's the thing that hurts you sometimes when you see a team that can throw the ball.
First and 10, Tri-Central at the North Miami 44-yard line. Davis comes on the counter. Penalty flags go down. Back judge through it. You've got to think that's going to be motion against Tri-Central.
Let's hope so.
Gain is to the Warrior 41 on the carry by McCullough.
Let's everybody put your hands on that radio and let's hope for a break. We need something to happen.
Well,
a stupid play.
They're talking to Rich Runkle, and obviously the penalty will go against Tri-Central. 23-21. Tri-Central with 8 minutes and 54 seconds to play in this football game. Procedure is the call.
You know, I noticed, and this is not criticizing the officials, but when they're lined up in trips, the second receiver looks like he takes off before, which is, you can go in motion, but you can't go up the field in motion. You have to go laterally. And I don't know if that's what he called or not. It looked like he was looking at the back, but...
First and 15, Tri-Central at the Warrior 49-yard line. In motion is Connor coming to the left side for the Trojans. Davis back to throw the football. Gets pretty good pressure. Run out of the pocket. Pass is up. It is incomplete. Troy Thompson intercepts it. Thompson picks it off with a tip football. Returns to the 20. He's to the 23-yard line, and that's where the Warriors will have it first and 10. Big play by Troy Thompson. The pass was tipped away by Brett Hall. Thompson was trailing the play. Thompson is the free safety, and he was right there to pick it up.
Now, that's called zone coverage. Okay, what they do in zone coverage is they walk off their outside linebackers, and they take the underneath coverage, and then the safeties get on the hash mark, stay there until the ball's thrown, and then break on the ball. And that's something we talked about before the half, that zone coverage or collision receiver is what you're going to have to do.
It is first and 10, Warriors at their own 24. The handoff to Runkle, or not Runkle, excuse me, that is Flaherty. Jocko out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. And there will be a gain of nearly 8 yards on the carry. Let's call it 7. Second and 3 for the Warriors at their 31. Well, again, we talked about a break, and
that's what you need.
They got it.
Now, notice who they got inside now. See, they took the stronger-looking kid out and put these two hosses in there, and they're just telling you you're not going to dive up the middle.
Schnitz takes it off tackle on the left side, and he will be out to the 35-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down for the Warriors.
In other words, what they've done is 62 and 75, which look somewhat like bookends. What they've done is just taken them down inside and said, you are not diving. If you're going to run the bone, you're going to have to run it off tackle. Now, which is good because now you got a little head of steam. You got a better angle for the dive back.
7:36 to play in the ball game. It is Flaherty on the dive, and he gets yardage out near the 39-yard line before he is stopped. The Warriors really have dominated time of possession in the second half, most assuredly, but it has been the passing game of Tri-Central that's been the thorn in their side.
Yeah, and it was, if I remember right, was it last year somebody threw on him, Westell or something like that was able to throw on? That's the thing that hurts you because, you're used to seeing the run in practice and you don't know how to play the pass.
Second down and 6. The dive this time again to Flaherty. Jocko out across the 40. He's near the 41-yard line. The Warriors will look at third down and 4. 6:53 left in this football game. 23-21. Tri-Central with the lead.
Well, you don't want to get into a rut. In other words, you don't want to call the same plays both ways. That counter play has not been called for a while.
Schnitz tries to get outside. He's not going to make it. He'll get a couple. It'll be third down and 2, maybe third and 3, depending on the spot. Fourth and 3, excuse me. The ball is to the 43-yard line. Fourth down and 2 for the Warriors.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but the counter play, has gone. The tight end dump is open. You got to try it. I mean, it's not a case for any other reason. You just got to give it a chance.
We'll let the crowd tell you if they make it or not.
Yep.
Well, the folks here in the stands think they did. The ball is out across the 45 to the 46. First and 10.
Okay, we got to see the counter. Here, this is kind of funny. Here's a guy coaching the second level of sectional play. That's as far as we ever got. So I'm acting like I'm, some expert analysis.
First and 10 Warriors at their 46-yard line. It is Jocko Flaherty. Look at the guy run across midfield east of the Tri-Central 49-yard line. Boy, did he put a move inside, Jim.
I'll tell you, he's not only strong, he's just so quick. Now, again, football players don't have to be fast necessarily. They have to be quick. And that is, the defense doesn't know what you're going to do. So the quicker you get in the hole, the slower their reaction is.
2nd and 5 from the Tri-Central 49-yard line. Hand off to Schnitz. Jamie dives for some yardage inside the 47-yard line. He's near the 46 of Tri-Central.
I like to see that counter play.
5 minutes, 17 seconds. The clock is running to play in this football game, 23-21. Now, Jocko Flaherty is the field goal kicker for North Miami. Let's keep that in mind. The Warriors want 6, though. Hand off to Jocko Flaherty again on the dive. He is inside the 45. First down yardage to the Tri-Central 42. And I'll tell you what, Jim, they're running between the bookends right now.
They are. I think, now that time they moved them a little further out. In other words, one time they're in the A gap, next time they're in the B gap, which is on either side of the guard. I'll tell you somebody we're forgetting as offensive line. There's some hosses they're moving out in there.
Yes, they are. Floyd, Burns, Hoover, Clemens, and Schaefer are doing a great job up front. This dive goes inside to Flaherty again, and Jocko is near the 40. Flaherty to about the 40, and let's call it the 40-yard line. He's just on the Warrior side of it. A gain of 2. It is 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
I mentioned a play earlier called Arkansas, which is where you dive the kid into the gap, and then the quarterback follows him. The reason that would look good is what they do on the outside is just everybody comes upfield. If he follows the back, he can make a decent break off the fullback.
Again, it is Flaherty on the dive, and he's inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. He is brought down on the tackle by one of those large folks Jim's talking about, James Alley. He is a sophomore, 6'3". They don't list his weight, but mark him on the scale.
That's because that little calibrator never had a chance. I mean, that thing went boing.
3rd down and 4 for the Warriors at the Tri-Central 37-yard line. Connor on the call. They go to Schnitz, and he is going to be close. He's inside the 35 to about the 34. I know you've often referred to Coach Chambers as sometimes getting the jazz.
Yeah.
I get that feeling from this drive for the Warriors right now.
Yeah, the thing now that happens in a run-oriented program, and that's why I always like working for Coach Chambers, because the jazz is when you get a feel for what to call, okay? And in a run-oriented program, you're limited to what you can do. So what you got to do is come back to that counter.
Huge play, 4th and 1. Hand off to Schnitz. He's got the first down, I believe. Tri-Central says no, but I think the mark is going to be to the Tri-Central 33-yard line.
I'll tell you what.
Boy, that is close, Jim. They're going to have an official measurement.
This field is so lumpy, that you look from where our vantage point is, everything kind of contours. If we were putting, Ed, we'd read the screen from right to left. But anyway, you could see that we can't really get a good feel for what.
First down, Warriors. He got it by the football.
Not by the nose, by the actual head of the football.
1st and 10, North Miami at the Tri-Central 34. 3:30 left in this ball game. This drive started at the North Miami 24-yard line.
Start a chant with the crowd on counter. I'd like to see that counter play.
23-21 Tri-Central. This time they go again to Flaherty, and Jocko stacked at the 30 after a gain of 3. So the Warriors will look at 2nd and 7, maybe 2nd and 8 when they unpile everybody. I'll tell you what, Jocko Flaherty has absolutely been the workhorse of this drive.
No question about it. They may want to just go ahead and name the field after him. That might be your best bet.
They'll mark it to the 31-yard line, a gain of 2. It is 2nd down and 8 yards to go for the Warriors.
And that offensive line is rooting. I mean, they've got their nose in the ground, and it's root hog time.
This handoff again goes to Flaherty. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard. Again on the tackle, big number 75, Scott Lovell of Tri-Central, and he is a hunk.
Jeez. It says White Westinghouse, I think, on the side of his shirt.
He's one of those guys when your daughter brings him home for dinner, you give him 2 chairs.
Yeah. It's the one that comes with an ice maker. That gives you an idea how big it is.
3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Warriors. Big play. Connor back to the option. He tries to come outside. It's going to be stuffed. And there will be no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. Tri-Central strung it out, and the Warriors want a timeout. They're going to look at 4th down and 8 yards to go with 2:14 left in the game. They trail 23-21. You're listening to North Miami football.
They just congregate just to have a good old chat.
The Warriors bring it up 4th down and 9 at the Tri-Central 31-yard line. Connor Up front, they go to Flaherty. Jocko trying to stay on his feet. He's inside the 20. Well, not the 25. He's to the 26. Not enough for the first down. They needed the 23-yard line. So Tri-Central will take over. With 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to play in the ball game, they lead 23-21 over North Miami. Boy, that field goal looms large, doesn't it, to close out the first half?
And I believe all season long we talk about the importance of the kicking game, and I still think there's a lot of high school athletes that aren't playing that could be helping teams if they just practice kicking.
Tri-Central 5-4 on the season. Football 1st and 10 at the Tri-Central 26-yard line. Clock is running with 1:47 to play in this football game. Handoff up the middle, and it will go to McCullough. Everybody's got timeouts left, if you're wondering about that. There's not much of a problem there. The Warriors can stop the clock. With 1:35, it's still ticking down to 1:30 now left in the ball game. No gain. 2nd and 10, Tri-Central. And I think right now Tri-Central just wants to keep the ball in the middle of the field and run this clock out.
Yeah, make you use your timeout. Because, see, they still have that weapon. And that's the thing that they know they can go to if they need to.
1:14 left to play in the ball game. 23-21 Tri-Central. 2nd and 10. Tri-Central at their own 26-yard line. This handoff in the backfield, and it will go to Key. And again, he's dropped for a loss of 2. That's irrelevant right now. It is 3rd down and about 11. A loss of 2, maybe no more than that. A minute left to play in this football game. And we have a timeout called by the Warriors. 23-21 Tri-Central. We'll be back in this football game. They lead 23-21. The Warriors drove the ball to the Tri-Central 26. Came up short on a 4th and 9. Tri-Central took over with about 2 minutes left of the ball game, and they've run the clock down to a minute now. Dennis on the call. And the handoff goes up the middle. And on the carry is, I believe, McCullough. He gets a couple. And the Warriors again call a timeout with 56 seconds left. So Tri-Central now with 4th down.
Gonna have to punt.
Will they punt? No, they're going to have to punt the ball.
I would think they'd have to.
Yeah, there's not much doubt about it.
I think they'd be kind of goofy if they didn't. But again, you know, I don't know what he's thinking. Maybe he's got a fake punt. Maybe he's got a... You know, the other thing is North Miami, you know, doesn't have the leg in the kicker that Connors does. Maybe he can just throw an interception and let him try to kick it.
Or the Warriors can run it back for a touch. Wouldn't that be fun? 56 ticks left in the ball game. 23-21 Tri-Central. Warriors will get the football in a minute.
Maximum Video in Mexico celebrating their 2nd anniversary special.
Cowabunga and bring on the pizza. 56 seconds left in this ball game.
Trying to get a little humor in this game.
Tri-Central will punt it away to the Warriors, and back is Thompson at about his 40-yard line. 56 seconds remain. Here's the snap from center. It's a good one. The Warriors nearly get the block. The kick is away. Thompson calls for a fair catch at the 41, fumbles the ball, and gets it back. So the Warriors have possession at their own 41-yard line with 49 seconds left. And I think, Jim, the Warriors have a timeout left.
I think one, yeah. I don't remember them taking any except these last 2.
That's all I can remember as well.
I don't know if they have a 2-minute offense, but we're going to see it.
49 seconds left to play in this ball game. 23-21 Tri-Central. Warrior football 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Here's the snap, back to throw is Connor, passes out, it is complete, and it will go to the 34-yard line of Tri-Central. On the reception, Andy Halterman. The clock will stop as they move the sticks on the far sideline. 37 seconds left. 1st and 10 Warriors at the Tri-Central 34-yard line. Don't go away yet. Well, they have a Tri-Central player repairing some headgear.
Great. Take your time to make a call. Make it from the sideline.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So,
good job, Tri-Central.
The Warriors are ready to go. The clock will begin with 37 ticks left at quarterback. Clock begins, and he sets the Warrior ball club. Here's the snap, back to throw, passes out. It is intended for Halterman, and he threw it right into the arms of Wall. That ball wasn't even close, and Wall just comes away with it. Well, that's going to just about do it, I think. Coming up with a pass interception is Wall of Tri-Central. I don't know whether Halterman was supposed to be in that zone or not, but
all I know is the way they were playing. That's Tri-Central I'm talking about. They're playing kind of like what they call a preview.
Warriors, again, when you have to go to something that you're really not your favorite part of the offense, it's kind of tough to do, too.
Diversity will win. That's
28 seconds left to play in this ball game. We have a timeout call by Tri-Central, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Inti Auto Parts, CarQuest in Peru. The right parts, the right price, the right advice, 7 days a week.
And we're back as Tri-Central has the football at about their 10-yard line following the pass interception. 28 seconds remain in the ball game. 23-21. Tri-Central with the lead, and fumble. Dennis just drops back and falls on the football as the clock runs down. Down to 20 seconds, and Tri-Central, unless the Warriors, I don't believe they have a timeout left, can stop the clock, and it's just going to run down. Tri-Central is going to win this football game. 23-21, the score. The Tri-Central Trojans defeat the North Miami Warriors, and I think what you could certainly call an upset, Jim. Yep. That's it. No time left on the clock. Tri-Central defeats the North Miami Warriors 23-21. The Warriors seemingly had the drive alive, going down inside the Tri-Central 30-yard line with 4th and 9. They came up about 3 yards shy of the first down, and unfortunately, the Warrior season ends this evening. 23-21, the loss to the Trojans of Tri-Central. And we're going to have statistics, hopefully a little chat with Bob Bridge following this ball game, and we'll kind of wrap it up for you as the Trojans of Tri-Central defeat North Miami 23-21.